What's going on, guys? It's Brandon back here again with a new haircut. But Game 82, the final BFR of the season. Why is fantasy football showing up on my thing? Get this out of here. How do I get this out of here? Clear. There we go. Sorry about that. Game 82 against the LA Kings in Los Angeles, of course. 9:30 game on April 18th. The final game of the regular season overall, not just the final game of the Hawks season, just the final game of the season. Score: LA wins 5-4 in overtime in an absolute travesty of just Hawks stupidness. But it was a back and forth game, to say the least, and LA dominated and should have won. It should not have taken overtime. We'll get into it. No Murphy, no Zaitsev for the Hawks. Blackwell was in, so 13 forwards and 5 defensemen, which you don't see very often. Hawks Hawks end the season on 23, 53, and 6. That's 52 points. Worse than last year. We'll get into that when we review the season later in the playoffs. Shots were 36-13 LA, hits were 21-13 Chicago, faceoffs 30-17 LA. Power play, Chicago goes 1 for 1 on their only one, and LA goes 2 for 4. Soderblom plays the final game, 31 out of 36 saves. Talbot saves 9 out of 13. Kings won the game, remember. First period, LaFerriere skate blade comes off, Kings pressure, and that's what they would do the entire game. Soderblom was playing well. 10-22, Chicago penalty to Megna for interference, which would be killed. 4-21, Chicago breakaway goal to Lucas Reichel. What a play by Reichel. If this is a precursor to what he's going to do next season, please, he needs to have a better season than nothing. If it happens again, he's done. 5th of the season, unassisted, and just what a play. Fantastic moves. Deeks Talbot out of his skates. Makes it 1-0. Second period, Byfield is absolutely robbed of his 20th goal. They kept mentioning he gets a bonus if he did get 20 goals on his entry-level deal, so he was really trying to get that. LA just dominating, and at 15-23 they break through. It's a one-timer from Victor Arvidsson with his 5th of the season since coming back from injury, from Deneau and Moore to make it 1-1. 8:41, Chicago penalty to Jones for tripping, which would be killed. 7:45, however, the Chicago scores a rebound, shorthanded 3-on-1 goal. It's Vlasic to Blackwell to Dickinson, and he gets his own rebound with his skate. It's challenged. I'm not sure if it was challenged or if it was reviewed, but the officials determined that he kicked it in, which I completely disagree with. It didn't look like a kicking motion. It looked like him simply putting his foot out to A, stop the puck from going past him, and B, It was like he wasn't moving his foot. He was simply redirecting it into a different. It's going straight. He's not winding up his foot and going bang. He's redirecting the skate that stays on the ice. But stupid call. LaFerriere shoots wide. Moore to Byfield just wide. 4:40 Chicago penalty to Tyler Johnson for tripping. And at 3:56 the Kings score. Sorry about that loud noise. It's redirect from Quinton Byfield, who gets his 20th of the season, and that bonus from Deneau and Spence to make it 2-1. Great passing overall, and the Kings were fantastic at playmaking, because at 2:36 they score again. It's a one-timer from Trevor Moore with his 31st of the season from Arvidsson and Deneau, who gets his 3rd assist of the game to make it 3-1. Foligno has a break that's saved at the end of the period. Tenorti's denied, and at 3.8 seconds it's an LA penalty to Talbot, which would be served by Fiala for tripping. And it would go into the third period where Bedard is denied. 18:32, however, Chicago power play goal to what could be his final game in a Blackhawks uniform. Tyler Johnson gets his 17th of the season from Korchinski and Donato to make it 3-2. And then a little over 2 minutes later, they score again, and it's 16-18. It's a great move by Joey Anderson, who gets the backhander from Slaggert to make it his 5th of the season, to make it 3-3. And we have a tie game all of a sudden. And then 13-32, the Hawks score again. It's a deflection from Ryan Donato with his 12th of the season from Entwistle to make it 4-3. Hawks scored 3 goals in about 5 minutes. Actually, 3 goals in 5 minutes on the dot. And Kings call a timeout right after that. Nazar dekes on an open net that somehow didn't go in, and that turns out to be the one that comes back to bite them. It was after a great defensive play. Nazar comes up the ice. Talbot's down, and somehow, I'm not sure if it hit the post, he somehow swung it behind Talbot and didn't go in. 142 though. So the Kings pulled the goalie at 146. So Talbot's on the bench. At 142, Kurashev takes a penalty for delay of game. I don't even know how he managed to do this. He's skating up the ice. He just flicks the puck out of. I don't know how you accidentally flick the puck out of play. Like, he's just doing a simple dump and chase, and he gets a little too much under it. How do you do that? Like, I genuinely would like to know. Kopitar shoots just wide, and at 121, I knew it was going to happen. And to be honest, I wanted it to happen. It's a Los Angeles 6-on-4 power play one-timer. Victor Arvidsson gets his second of the game, sixth of the season from Byfield and Kempe to make it 4-4. And overtime happens. 4:54, 6 seconds in. Adrian Kempe just skates right up, puts it right past Soderblom for his 28th of the year unassisted, which ends the game 5-4. So the Kings get to play Edmonton, which I was really hoping because I wanted to see the Kings play Edmonton for the third year in a row, because now that's just kind of comedy if Edmonton wins again. It's kind of like the Boston and Toronto thing where Toronto can't beat Boston, LA can't seem to beat Edmonton. But, yeah, so Vegas-Dallas, all the playoff matches are set. Now it's time to record the West ones. I got my Nashville Vancouver board up here, which I'm going to start right after I finish posting this video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you for staying for the whole ride of the season for BFRs. Season 3 is officially done. Content isn't, though, but the playoffs continue, and I'll be covering those, of course, and then I'll be covering like end-of-season stuff as well. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.